if I told you the world's most venomous snake isn't actually the deadliest? Or that the most powerful bite belongs to a creature that's barely changed since the age of dinosaurs? Today, we're diving deep into a world of scales, fangs, and cold blood. We're ranking the most dangerous reptiles on the planet, and trust me, some of the creatures on this list will absolutely surprise you. Stay tuned to find out who truly earns the title of Earth's ultimate reptilian threat, and why, in the wild, size is definitely not everything. But what does dangerous even mean? Is it just about the deadliest venom? Or the most crushing bite force? The truth is, it's far more complex. Danger is a cocktail of elements: venom potency, aggression levels, size, speed, and crucially, how often they interact with humans. That's why our list won't just focus on their raw, technical specs, but on their actual threat to human life. We'll dive into which ones you truly need to fear most if you ever find yourself in their domain. Alright, let's kick things off by addressing a common misconception. If I were to ask you which snake is the most dangerous, what would you say? Most people would probably point to the one with the most potent, most toxic venom, right? That seems logical. We're accustomed to quantifying threats, believing that the stronger the venom, the more terrifying the snake. But here's the twist. In the wild, that logic often falls apart. The idea of most venomous is essentially a laboratory term. Scientists measure venom toxicity under ideal, controlled conditions to understand its pure lethality. It's just a technical specification, a number on paper. The real world isn't a lab. Actual danger is determined by a multitude of other factors. Imagine the most powerful weapon on Earth, locked in a safe at the bottom of the ocean. Incredibly destructive, yes, but utterly harmless because no one can ever use it. It's the same principle with snakes. A snake might possess venom potent enough to kill hundreds of people, but if it lives deep in a remote desert, leads a reclusive life, and actively avoids human contact, its actual threat to us is virtually non-existent. Far more terrifying is the one that lives right next door. And in a moment, we'll explore both kinds. First up, meet the Inland Taipan, often referred to as the fierce snake. Get ready to encounter the undisputed champion of venom toxicity on the planet. To put its potency into perspective, theoretically, just one drop of its venom is enough to kill 100 adult humans or 250,000 mice. Its venom is a sophisticated neurotoxic cocktail that almost instantly paralyzes the nervous system, halts breathing, and causes massive blood coagulation. It sounds like something straight out of a horror film, but here's the crucial twist that changes everything. This record holder makes its home in the most arid and sparsely populated central deserts of Australia. It leads an incredibly reclusive lifestyle. What's more, despite its fierce snake moniker, this serpent is surprisingly calm and non-aggressive. It will always prefer to slither away and hide rather than attack. As a result, there have been only a handful of documented human bites in its entire history, and every single one of them involved professional snake handlers. So yes, it is undeniably the most venomous snake. But is it the most dangerous? Absolutely not. Now let's talk about a true serial killer of the snake world. This is the chain viper, also known as Russell's viper. It thrives in the densely populated regions of India and Southeast Asia. And this is its crucial, fatal distinction from the taipan. Unlike many other deadly snakes, it doesn't hide away in desolate deserts. Instead, it lives in agricultural fields, in the scrubland, on the edges of villages. It hunts rodents, and where there are rodents, there are inevitably people. Their paths cross constantly, every single day. Its venom isn't as acutely toxic as a taipan's, but it is monstrously destructive. It causes excruciating pain, massive swelling, internal hemorrhaging, and rapid kidney failure. But most importantly, it possesses a short-tempered and highly aggressive disposition. It won't give you much warning. If you accidentally step on one in a field, it will strike instantly. And the result? The chain viper is responsible for the highest number of snakebite fatalities worldwide. We're talking about tens of thousands of victims every single year. So it's not just the venom's potency, but a devastating combination of three factors: its aggressive nature, a deadly bite, and most crucially, its habit of living in close proximity to humans. But let's talk about speed for a moment. Sometimes the greatest danger isn't that you can't hide, but that you can't outrun it. And when it comes to pure speed, the snake world has one undisputed king whose very name strikes fear across Africa. That's the Black Mamba. Its name doesn't come from the colour of its scales, which are actually a muted greyish-brown, but from the inky black interior of its mouth, a chilling sight it flashes when threatened. And that's a display you definitely don't want to witness firsthand. The Black Mamba is one of the fastest snakes on the planet. Over short distances, it can reach speeds of up to 20 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most people can run. But speed is only half the story. The other half is its temperament. Unlike many snakes that deliver a single defensive bite and then retreat, a cornered Black Mamba attacks with incredible ferocity. It can unleash a rapid series of multiple bites, injecting a potent dose of neurotoxin with each strike. Its bite has earned the chilling nickname, the kiss of death, because without immediate antivenom, it is almost invariably fatal. Speed, aggression, and a deadly neurotoxin, this potent combination creates one of the world's most dangerous reptiles. But there's a snake whose danger lies not in speed, but in its imposing presence and colossal size. If the Black Mamba is a nervous, lightning-fast killer, then our next subject is a true monarch, commanding awe with its mere presence. Meet the King Cobra. It's the longest venomous snake on the planet, capable of growing up to 5.5 meters, or 18 feet. But it's not just about its incredible length. Its unique and truly frightening ability is to raise the front third of its body vertically off the ground. Imagine this: you're walking through a forest and suddenly come face to face with a snake, looking you directly in the eye, towering a full 1.5 meters or 5 feet above the ground. While its venom isn't the most toxic in the world, it more than compensates for this with sheer volume. A single bite can deliver enough venom to kill an adult elephant or 20 people. What's more, the King Cobra is a specialist. Its primary diet consists of other snakes. This is a king that tolerates no rivals in its territory. Its danger is a combination of gargantuan size, menacing behavior, and a massive dose of lethal venom. But venom is far from the only lethal weapon in a snake's arsenal. Some of the planet's largest snakes rely on a completely different tactic: pure brute force. And that's where the reticulated python enters the scene, one of the longest snakes in the world, capable of reaching over 6 meters, 20 feet, in length. It possesses not a drop of venom, and it doesn't need it. Its body is its weapon. It kills by constriction, a scientific term for what's essentially strangulation. But it's far more than a simple squeeze. The python wraps its muscular coils around its victim and waits. With each exhale from its struggling prey, the python tightens its grip, not only preventing the lungs from refilling, but more crucially, cutting off blood flow to the brain. Death comes quickly. While attacks on humans are rare, an adult reticulated python is absolutely powerful enough to overpower a person. This is a different kind of terror, not from chemical venom, but from the horrifying sensation of an inexorable, tightening, primal force from which there is no escape. But for a moment, let's step away from snakes and consider their close cousins. Let's talk about lizards. The vast majority are perfectly harmless to us. Yet, among them, there's one that truly lives up to its name: the Komodo dragon, a real dragon of our time. This is the largest lizard on the planet, found on several Indonesian islands. An adult male can reach 3 meters in length and weigh over 70 kilograms. It's an apex predator sitting at the top of its ecosystem's food chain, hunting deer, wild boars, and even massive water buffalo. For a long time, its primary danger was believed to be the bacteria in its saliva. A bite would cause sepsis, and the dragon would simply track its weakened prey. However, recent studies have completely altered that understanding. The Komodo dragon actually possesses true venom glands. Its bite injects a complex toxin into the wound that prevents blood clotting and induces shock. So, this isn't merely about foul saliva. It's a sophisticated and highly effective killing mechanism, combining sharp teeth, venom, and incredible strength. Komodo dragons, while impressive, use venom more as a supplementary tool. But do any lizards possess a truly venomous bite, akin to a snake's? The answer is yes, though it's quite a rare phenomenon in the lizard kingdom. Allow me to introduce you to the Gila monster. This slow-moving but vividly patterned lizard calls the deserts of the southwestern US and Mexico home. Its vibrant, warning coloration isn't an idle boast. Unlike snakes, the Gila monster doesn't possess hollow fangs to inject its venom. Instead, venom is produced in glands in its lower jaw and flows directly into the wound through grooves in its teeth. Consequently, to effectively deliver its venom, a Gila monster doesn't just bite, it literally latches on and chews into the flesh. While its venom is rarely fatal to a healthy adult human, its bite is widely considered one of the most agonizing in the animal kingdom. Those who have experienced it describe the pain as excruciating, akin to being struck by a red-hot hammer. It's a slow, yet incredibly persuasive way of saying, keep your distance. So, we've talked about poisons, speed, and strangulation. But now it's time for the real heavy hitters, for creatures that dominated the planet long before humans ever walked it. We're talking about crocodiles, and we'll start with the undisputed, absolute champion of bite force among all living creatures. Meet the saltwater crocodile. This behemoth is the largest reptile in the world. Adult males can grow up to 6 meters, or 20 feet, long and weigh over a metric ton. Its jaws can clamp down with a force exceeding 1.5 metric tons per square centimetre. That's enough to crush a bull's skull as easily as we crack an eggshell. But its primary danger isn't even its strength. It's the fact that it inhabits not only freshwater rivers, but also the salty waters of the ocean, allowing it to travel vast distances and colonize new territories. To a saltwater crocodile, a human in the water, or even near its edge, isn't a threat to be deterred. It's simply prey, just another item on the menu, and that arguably makes it the most effective man-eating predator on the planet. While the saltwater crocodile rules as the undisputed king of Asia and Australia, Africa boasts its own equally formidable monarch, the Nile crocodile. Though slightly smaller than its marine cousin, it yields nothing in aggression or its notorious reputation as a man-eater. The Nile crocodile is an undeniable integral part of life on the African continent. Thriving in its rivers, lakes and swamps, it often lives uncomfortably close to human settlements. For millions whose livelihoods depend on these waters, for fishing, washing or drawing water, this crocodile poses a constant daily threat, responsible for hundreds and by some estimates, thousands of human deaths annually. It stands as one of Africa's most lethal predators. More than just a hunter, it is a primal symbol of nature's raw power, a force that continues to instill fear across an entire continent. Its hunting strategy is chillingly simple. Patient, unseen waiting at the water's edge, followed by one lightning-fast, lethal strike, and once caught in its jaws, escape is virtually impossible. Many people tend to think of alligators as a watered-down version of crocodiles, slower, less aggressive, and with a less fearsome reputation. And to some extent, that's true. On average, they are indeed less likely to attack humans. But don't be fooled by their apparent calm. The American alligator, native to the southeastern United States, is a large and incredibly powerful predator. It can grow up to 4 meters in length and weigh nearly half a ton. While it doesn't typically view humans as regular prey, unlike its African and Asian relatives, it will absolutely defend its territory. Females guarding their nests are particularly dangerous. Any approach toward their offspring will be perceived as a direct threat, and an attack will follow without hesitation. What's more, people in states like Florida are increasingly encroaching on alligator habitats, building homes near lakes and canals. This leads to the animals becoming accustomed to humans and losing their natural fear. And an alligator that has lost its fear of humans is an incredibly dangerous alligator. So what exactly makes a crocodile or alligator's bite so lethal? It's not just the immense jaw pressure strong enough to shatter bones. Their primary weapon, their signature move, is the infamous death roll. When a crocodile seizes large prey, too big to swallow whole, it unleashes a terrifying maneuver. It clamps its jaws shut with an iron grip, then begins to spin rapidly and violently on its axis. The force generated by this rotation is immense, literally ripping chunks of flesh from the victim's body. This technique allows the crocodile to dismember prey much larger than itself. No land animal possesses a defense against such an attack. It's the ultimate dismemberment mechanism. Even if a victim manages to escape, the wounds inflicted are almost always fatal. It's a brutal, yet incredibly effective evolutionary adaptation, honed over millions of years. But how do these giants manage to approach their prey undetected? Their key secret, and indeed their greatest asset, is a combination of perfect camouflage and infinite patience. The crocodile is a true master of ambush predation. It can lie motionless at the water's edge for hours, sometimes even for days. Only its eyes and nostrils break the surface. To an unsuspecting animal coming to drink, it appears to be nothing more than an ordinary log or a floating piece of debris. It completely blends into its surroundings, with no superfluous movements, no telltale sounds. In this state of utter stillness, it can remain for an almost indefinite period, conserving energy and waiting for the absolute perfect moment. Then, when its unsuspecting prey drops its guard and ventures close enough, the explosion comes, an explosive, lightning-fast, unstoppable lunge from the water. It covers several meters in mere fractions of a second. The unsuspecting victim has absolutely no time to react. It's the ultimate combination of camouflage, patience, and explosive power. So when it comes to encountering these colossal predators, where exactly are the most perilous spots on Earth? The sheer expanse of the saltwater crocodile's domain is truly mind-boggling. Its habitat stretches from the eastern coast of India, across all of Southeast Asia, extending all the way down to northern Australia. This means thousands of kilometres of coastal zones, including mangrove swamps, river estuaries, and even open ocean beaches, are potentially dangerous. It's a predator that can strike from the most unexpected places. There are even documented cases of saltwater crocodiles attacking fishermen far out in the open ocean, many miles from land. Its remarkable ability to thrive in both fresh and salt water gives it an enormous evolutionary advantage, allowing it to disperse across vast distances. Therefore, when travelling through these regions, remember one simple rule. Any murky water, be it a river, a swamp, or even the coastal shallows of the ocean, could be home to the world's largest and most dangerous reptile predator. But what about South America? Doesn't this vast continent have a king of its own? Indeed it does. The black caiman reigns supreme. This formidable predator is the largest in the Amazonian ecosystem and among the biggest crocodilians worldwide. Adult males can reach an imposing 5 meters in length. The black caiman sits at the apex of the food chain, hunting anything it can catch: capybaras, monkeys, deer, and more. Fearlessly, it confronts other Amazonian giants like anacondas and jaguars, often emerging victorious. Its dark, almost black, scales provide perfect camouflage in the murky waters of the Amazon's rivers, especially during its nocturnal hunts. For locals and researchers navigating these waterways, it poses a very real, deadly threat. Once the black caiman faced the brink of extinction due to hunting for its valuable skin. However, thanks to dedicated conservation efforts, its population has made a remarkable recovery. And now, this dark lord of the Amazon has once again reclaimed its rightful place at the pinnacle of its domain. Let's not forget about another truly unique member of the crocodilian family, the gharial. At first glance, its appearance is almost comical. Its snout is incredibly long and slender, lined with rows of thin, sharp teeth. It resembles a pair of forceps more than the powerful jaws of a typical crocodile. And indeed, this specialized snout is perfectly adapted for catching fish, its primary diet. It creates minimal resistance in the water, allowing for lightning-fast sideways head movements. This leads many to believe gharials are relatively harmless to humans, but this is a dangerous misconception. First of all, an adult gharial is an enormous animal, reaching up to 6 meters in length. And while its jaws aren't designed for crushing the bones of large prey, they still possess immense power. There have been documented, albeit rare, instances of gharials attacking humans. Perhaps they mistook a human for a large fish, or were simply defending their territory. So don't let its unique appearance fool you. It's still a very large and potentially deadly predator. So what's the secret to their extraordinary success? How have crocodiles virtually unchanged outlived the dinosaurs and remained among the planet's most formidable predators? The answer is simple. Their design is flawless. Evolution refined it to perfection millions of years ago, a blueprint that has needed little to no modification ever since. They are, quite literally, living fossils. Their ambush hunting strategy, their low metabolism allowing them to go without food for months, their armoured hide, powerful jaws, and the infamous death roll, all were honed for a world that has long since vanished. Yet this formula proved so incredibly successful that it continues to thrive today. They are the ultimate survival machines. Incredibly resilient, intelligent, and capable of complex learning, they have endured multiple mass extinctions. And when we look at a crocodile, we are, in essence, peering into our planet's distant past, observing a creature that has witnessed the rise and fall of countless animal empires, yet has consistently remained at the apex. Sometimes, the biggest danger hides in the most unexpected places. We've talked about giant crocodiles and long snakes, but let's turn our attention to a reptile that looks like a prehistoric monster in miniature, the alligator snapping turtle. Found in freshwater habitats across the southeastern US, it holds the title of the largest freshwater turtle in North America. Its shell is covered in ridged scutes, and its massive head culminates in a powerful, hooked beak, reminiscent of a raptor's. But its true power lies in its bite. Its jaw strength is among the most powerful in the reptile world, capable of snapping a broomstick handle with shocking ease. Or a human finger. This turtle is a master of ambush. It lies motionless on the riverbed, mouth agape, wiggling its worm-like tongue to lure unsuspecting fish. When prey swims close enough, its jaws snap shut with lightning speed. It won't pursue you, but be warned. Attempting to handle one can result in excruciating pain. And this brings us to our most important conclusion. After analysing all these incredible and often deadly creatures, one simple truth emerges. The greatest danger isn't their venom, their fangs, or their sheer power. No, the greatest threat is our own ignorance and carelessness. The vast majority of reptile attacks, be they from snakes, crocodiles, or lizards, don't happen because these animals are malicious or actively hunting humans. They occur because humans unknowingly intrude upon their territory, unaware of the unspoken rules. We might accidentally step on a snake hidden in the grass. We approach too close to the water's edge, where a crocodile is hunting, or we attempt to catch or even touch an animal that simply wants to be left in peace. These reptiles are not monsters. They are a vital part of their ecosystems, perfectly honed by millions of years of evolution. And the best defense against them lies in knowledge, respect, and maintaining a safe distance. By understanding their behaviors and habitats, we can minimize the risk of encounters and peacefully coexist on this planet we share. So who takes the top spot in our deadliest countdown? If we weigh all the factors, size, strength, aggression, intelligence, and sheer breadth of habitat, the saltwater crocodile emerges as the undeniable victor. This isn't just an animal, it's the ultimate predator, one that sees no distinction between an antelope, a shark, or even a human at the water's edge. Its territory is vast, and its adaptability is truly astonishing. Perhaps the most chilling aspect, though, is its mind. Saltwater crocodiles are capable of learning, remembering tidal schedules, and even anticipating their prey's habitual routes. This isn't a mindless killing machine. This is a perfectly adapted hunter that ruled long before us and quite possibly will rule long after. And here's the real twist. It's not the strongest venom or the fastest sprint, but an ancient calculating intelligence that truly makes this reptile number one on the list of the most dangerous. So we've seen that the danger posed by reptiles isn't just about venom or fangs. It's a complex interplay of factors where habitat and behaviour play crucial roles. From the tiny yet lethal viper to the colossal and cunning crocodile, our world is brimming with incredible and dangerous creatures. Thank you for watching this video to the very end. I hope you found it both informative and engaging. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next explorations into the wild. But what about you? Which reptile do you consider the most dangerous, and why? Perhaps we missed a contender. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinions.